Hi, my name's JKB and welcome to the positive news of the week. It's always positive around here, except for what I'm about to talk about. It's not positive at all. The gaming industry is kind of going down the shitter, and gaming news is also going down the shitter. So if you're watching this, thanks for watching. It's a ghost town. Let's start with the first story from Ubisoft. Everybody knows about the game The Crew. This is a racing game. I'd call it like an RPG open world game that I really had a lot of fun with when it came out. Now, of course, not everyone's gonna love these games, and some people are gonna look at them and be like, well, it's just a racing game with light RPG elements. But I'll point out, the sequel's out, I played a little bit of it, and I enjoy the community aspect. The idea of just driving around with your friends, upgrading your cars, racing each other, doing stunts. It's a fun game. It's not perfect, but it's a fun game. Now, in saying that, the original game, The Crew, is a million years old now, so of course they're going to pull it from the servers. There's going to be no servers online for The Crew as of April whatever. I think it's already offline. Yeah, I just checked my notes. April 1st, it went offline. So the idea of having an always online racing game and having it in your library, what's the point? Some people might say. So yeah, they pulled the servers on April 1st for the original game. That's not the major news story. The major part of this story is this, and I'm bringing it to you because I feel like it's kind of a warning on what's going to happen with the future of gaming. So like I said, on April 1st, they pulled the servers down and you can't play the game. And of course, it is an online only game. So what happens to the copy sitting in your Ubisoft Connect account? Well, here's what Ubisoft did. They went into the personal libraries that people have set up in confidence with the company, and not only did they shut the servers down, they pulled the game out of their libraries. Think about that for a second. You've given them permission to not only disconnect the servers at some point down the line when you sign the initial agreement. When you sign into these games, people don't realize these agreements that you read on screen, they're telling you you don't own the games. And yes, I'm going to read something at the end of this article that I think is super interesting. And a lot of people are going to be like, whoa, okay, that's the future we're headed in? Here's what Ubisoft's director of subscriptions said recently to gamesindustry.biz. And this is literally what he said. Players will become, and I quote, comfortable with not owning their games. So obviously people can't play The Crew because the servers are down, but let's talk about how many huge communities have brought games back. Hell, Lawbreakers from Cliff Bleszinski was an online game that got shut down because it tanked in sales and it wasn't that good. So a lot of people just overlooked it and it got shut down. But listen, fans are bringing that game back right now. There's a resurgence of Lawbreakers. I don't know how many people are going to actually play the game, but the idea is that in the future, what if I want to play The Crew 1 with my friends? Why can't you let the audience just make their own servers up? And we've seen that across the board from many different games, from many different genres, have a second life after the official servers have been shut down. But no, you can't do that because Ubisoft is going into your library and taking the game away from you. You literally don't have it in the library. It's just poof, disappeared. So let me know how you feel about this down below. I can sure as shit agree that most people are not going to be comfortable with the idea of not owning their games. That's why I still have, well, I don't have many physical behind me, but that's why I like to get physical with my games, if you know what I mean. I like to open those cases and I slide the manuals out. If they have manuals, I slide the manuals out, and I'm telling you, man, I rub those manuals open and I look in them. I get so physical with my games now. I love my games. I slide them into the cartridge, slot for my, what is it called again? Nintendo Switch. That's what it is. And I push that cartridge in, and sometimes I'll push it twice just to feel it come out. I get so physical with my games still. This is awkward. Next up, we have another positive news story. TakeTwo, the company that owns Rockstar Games and a bunch of others. I think they also just bought Borderlands, if I'm not mistaken. Roast me down below if I'm wrong about that. Maybe I should look that up. Hang on. Yeah, at this old age, my brain doesn't work, but I looked it up and it's true. They bought Gearbox. So here's what they've done, because every week I got to report this. Take-Two Interactive is laying off 5% of their workforce, which is about 550 employees, and their excuse is that they spent too much money in marketing. Yep, the company that owns Grand Theft Auto Online and makes billions of dollars a year off of that had to lay off 5% of their company because they overspent in marketing. Now, I'm not going to get into the details of this one. It's just another story I wanted to bring to you guys, because every week I keep saying the same thing. These companies are not firing people because magically, oh my God, we're in trouble. The next Grand Theft Auto game is going to be, and I'm just going to say this, it's going to be the biggest game of all time, in terms of probably making money and making a profit. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Like, Minecraft was just announced as selling 300 million copies, so that is a lot. But let's throw Minecraft out the window for a second. Grand Theft Auto is going to be the biggest game of all time, Part 6. You can't deny that. Everyone's going to own it. They're going to sell 200 million copies easily without blinking an eye. And you're telling me you need to fire 550 people now because you spent too much in marketing? So let me get this right out of the way. This is about pleasing the shareholders. That's all it's about. It's about telling a narrative. These companies have to have an interesting narrative to please the shareholders. It's got to look like, oh God, we're in trouble. We better do something. It's like, yeah, we got to get rid of 5% of the workforce so we can get that money back, 200 and something million dollars, whatever it may be. And we're going to look like heroes next year when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, and record profits. They're going through the roof. The money's just going in our mouths. It's all about pleasing the shareholders and telling a narrative. Why do you think all of these companies, the ones that even made billions of dollars, are laying off people? Again, it's to set a narrative. It's the same thing over and over. We're going to see this. Ready? We're going to see Rockstar Games hires 200 employees to handle, Grand Theft Auto Online upgrades or whatever it may be in the future. It's about the narrative. It's about saying, like, look at us, look how good we are to the shareholders. Look at the money we saved, but look at how good, look at we're heroes. We just hired 200 people. Yeah, let's forget about the part where you fired 5% of your workforce. Now, if you think I'm crazy about this, just go look at the patterns of hiring and firing and the narrative that these companies want to tell you. At this point in time, it's obvious. It's over with. We're going to see more and more companies firing people for no reason other to please the shareholders, and that's just the way it's going to be, because when you see a company like Take-Two Interactive do it, that's giving permission to every other company to do it now. So the floodgates are open. EA's done it. They've done it. Every other, Sony is doing it. They're all doing it. You know why they're doing it? Because now's the time. Why would we do it when everyone else is not doing it? We'd look terrible. Let's do it now. So unfortunately, that's just how it is. How do you guys feel about the gaming industry as a whole at the moment? I've got another interesting story to talk about really quick. And the last story I want to bring up, because some people were like, make these videos longer. And I thought, you know what's longer? Not me, but the stories will be. PlayStation has officially announced they're bringing their trophy system from the console also over to PC. I guess we don't quite know the details of this yet. We don't know if it's like a PC trophy only, or it's going to mix into the PlayStation 4 and 5 system, the ecosystem that's already built. We don't know. But the reason I wanted to bring this up is because we've noticed over the last couple of weeks, PlayStation's talked a lot about PC. We've seen Helldivers 2 sell like hotcakes. It came out day one on PlayStation 5 and PC. We're going to see future PlayStation 5 games come to PC on day one. The idea of exclusives on console, I really feel it's like it's over. That boat is sailing away. Mark Cerny's on the back of the boat with like a fishing gun. He's just like shooting at money, going to the PC lands. He's shooting this harpoon gun at wads of money and large dolphins, because maybe he's crazy like that. And this boat's going right to the shores of the PC land. They're going to collect money from everywhere. The land, this metaphor is off the rails. This episode's over. So let me know how you feel about all the news stories today, and I'll see you guys next week. Remember though, I stream all the time now. I do vertical streaming throughout the week. I do my standard streams on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I have to announce though, I had a ghost hunt stream coming on April 20th, but I'm changing it to April 27th because the psychic medium forgot that her son was having a birthday party, and it makes me question if she's good at her job, because wouldn't she have seen that ahead of time? Like, she's psychic, right? So don't you well, maybe not that part, but you should see, right? Maybe. So thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button if you're new here. I know there's probably about 3 new people, so I love you guys. The 3 new ones of you, I love you. Watch my streams because there's crazy stuff that happens on them. I'm done.